Ferreira. As long as you've got the handout, I'll start.
Yep.
So this is my self-assessment. During this, I'll be using the personality test to just sort of figure out what kind of learning styles I am, and from that I'll evaluate what that means for like later on. Then I'll go into some long-term, short-term, and medium-term goals. Okay, honey and mustard. From this, I realise that I am mostly theorist, which means that I prefer facts. I always thought I was a really analytical person. I don't like things that aren't certain. I'm really into science over things like art. So, yeah, I always like to come to a logical conclusion when doing something, and I don't like things that are kind of in the air or like don't have an end to it. Really. From the VARC, I realised I'm a visual learner. Some of you might not know I'm dyslexic, so I don't really listen well. I find it harder to listen, but when you're sitting there and looking at a diagram and pointing out how something works, I can really easily take that in and figure it out. Like if I'm trying to learn something, I'll usually find a YouTube video which actively shows how that works, rather than just listening to someone. From the Belbin, I realised I was an analyst. Again, it comes down to being really kind of facts. I'm very critical, it says, which I do kind of agree with, because when we're doing like group work, I kind of try and look at other people's work and say like, we can change this, especially when doing like presentations, just because sometimes it can help to get another opinion. I like people doing that to me as well, because sometimes you can't see what's wrong with a situation. Okay. Myers-Briggs, I got the introvert, sensing, thinking, and judging. I think someone else got this as well. Introvert, I'm reserved and questioning. I don't really like speaking up, although I have tried to change that, which I'll get onto in a bit. Sensing, I'm practical and I have an attention to detail. I'm quite good at organising things, which I think comes down to the attention to detail. I think it's one of my biggest strengths. Thinking, I always think logically, which I definitely agree with. I don't really think like out of the box. I just sort of go on facts, really. And judging, yeah, again, I always like to have control of the situation. I don't like doing something unless I know exactly what's going on, or I don't like just jumping into something. That's just the plan, which I'll go to now. Yeah, so my goal for the next 4 months is to develop better time management and presentation skills. I tend to find that when doing college work or stuff, I tend to leave it to the last minute or don't plan, well, ahead of time, which I'd like to change because it would be a lot less stressful, I feel, if I sort of lead up to the work. And my presentation skills, I always find that I don't talk very well in front of people, so I tend to just sort of sit quietly even if I've got something to say or know the answer. So that's something I really want to work on, because I think it's going to help a lot in the future, especially with business. Okay, so for the next 8 months, just whilst we do for the whole course, something I got back from one of my things was I need to improve my academic writing skills, and you said that during it that this is just something I have to develop over time by practicing. So I'm going to look at some stuff off studying it and try and sort of work on that while still just working through it whilst I do my course. Okay, long-term goals are a bit boring because I've only really got one thing I want to do at the moment, which is pass the course in the second year. So there's not really much to that, but nothing else going on. Okay, and that's it. Yeah, from my personality test, I can see that I'm a very practical person and I have a very sensible way of working. I don't like just jumping into something. That's it really.
James, what have you learned about yourself since September?
I'm not as forward thinking as I thought I was. I always thought I was good at being ready for something, and then next thing I know I've got an assessment that needs to be in, and I'm like, oh, I need to do this in 5 days. So yeah, I always thought I was a bit better at that, but I've tried for the past couple of weeks to improve on that now, on getting work done earlier.
And has that worked?
Yeah, I've been doing it more at home, doing stuff bit by bit at home, and yeah, definitely I've been doing that a lot better than I was before, although I still need to improve on it right there.
And you talked about taking time to improve your presentation skills.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
I think it's more social things, just speaking up in front of people in classes. I don't think I come across as bad as I think I do. It's more of an internal kind of, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And shaky. I'm very shaky right now. It's my big fear. I don't like it at all, and I never have. But I've gotten a lot better at it over the past few years. During level 3, I went miles on that. Before that, I couldn't do any sort of public speaking. But I'm sort of really quite scared of it.
It's perception, James. It's
Yeah.
what you think,
Yeah.
and everybody else is sitting there going, actually, he's a good presenter. He's got a good tone about him, he's consistent, doesn't come across as being nervous. You're standing there going, oh, I'm nervous. It's perception, and we can all be self-critical. And sometimes we shouldn't be self-critical, we should actually enjoy the moment and praise our good things and play down our weaknesses, play up our strengths. So in the,
No questions, just going to echo what Maya said. You come across brilliantly, brilliantly. Even though the nerves are right in your hand at the moment, I can see the tension maybe. I think everyone will join and agree that much better than you thought. I think you would really benefit from watching that back and thinking, actually, I'm a hero, yeah? Business, just very quickly, you like assurance, you don't like subjectivity. Marketing, you must hate marketing then.
It's a weird one because I do really enjoy it. I don't know, it's the reverse. I don't know why. It's something I really enjoy, but for some reasons I don't know why.
That's okay.
I think because there are sort of facts in there. It's
Yeah,
you just got to
yeah.
find them. Whereas
I mean, I'm sure you love law because it's very wrong.
he's not sure he will love
He
law.
will love
You
law.
will love law.
Yeah. Are you a maths fan?
yeah, math and science.
That does make a lot of sense.
We will make you enjoy it.
Assuming a BSc for you would probably be better than a BA. But brilliant, well done.
Any other questions?